Did you miss your deadline to renew your Medicaid coverage? You can still send your completed annual review form to Healthy Connections Medicaid. You may be assigned to another health plan, but you can ask to come back to First Choice within 60 days of renewed Medicaid eligibility. It's your family. It's your choice. First Choice is the right choice. Renew and choose us. Visit selecthealthofsc.com/renew to learn more.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who specialize in saving the day and for the ones who've mastered the art of keeping business moving. We offer industrial-grade supplies for every industry with same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders, all backed by real people ready to help. So you can get the right answers and products right when you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Welcome to Pretty Lies and Alibis. Join us as we seek the truth and travel the long road to justice. Hi, everybody. It's Sunday, kind of late, 10:15. We just decided to extend the little sleepover that we're all having here.
Oh, yeah. It's been fun.
It's been so fun. It's like being back in high school. So we went back up to Hendersonville today and had lunch.
Yeah, it's cool up there.
Yeah, we were missing Andrea and her husband, but we ate at a little Irish pub, and it was so good.
It was good.
Very good. So one of the things we've been doing this weekend is kind of thinking of ways that we can make the podcast more fun, and also just to start adding stuff. And one idea is that we're maybe going to have a little contest every now and then.
Yeah, this will be fun.
And so we thought the first one, I'm going to start it tomorrow. We're going to do a meme war where you guys find your funniest true crime memes, and we're going to let the listeners vote. So whichever meme gets the most likes, we're going to send a little something.
Yeah.
Maybe one of my kids.
Yeah. We'll ship you.
Yeah.
One of the three.
Yeah. So the Lifetime movie aired last night.
Yeah.
We did not watch.
Nope.
No disrespect to the cast and crew. They're doing a job.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's too soon. And the one part I saw is them in the car by themselves. And at this point, that has to be just made up. I mean,
yeah.
we don't know what was said in the car with them too, unless they've got some insider information. I doubt it.
Yeah, it's a drama.
Yeah. So, but kind of with the Lifetime movie, what we were talking about today is we're already seeing some new listeners from the Lifetime movie that just saw that and don't really know a whole lot about the case. So we are going to start working on a very condensed version of this whole story from beginning to end that would fit within one episode.
Yeah, crash course.
Crash course, yep. And we're going to have graphics and everything, so it may take a hot minute. But we're going to do that sooner than later just for all the new listeners that we're getting from this Lifetime movie.
Yeah.
And that way, they'll have one place to go. So what else?
Hold on. We filmed the gel food cooking thing.
Yeah, we haven't got around to getting that put together. So hopefully sometime this week we will.
It was funny.
It was really funny. It was interesting, and you guys will just have to wait and see what transpired.
Yeah.
Oh man. So Lori had a birthday yesterday.
Yep, 48.
Yeah, she turned 48. We think in the mental hospital, but
see, that's what I was confused about. Is she being transported each day, or is she there?
We just don't.
Yeah.
We just don't know. But Justin Lum tweeted and Facebooked this out a couple of days ago. It says, interesting updates in the Idaho court portal regarding one of Lori Vallow's cases. An order to unseal, this is from June 18th. There was a notice of a hearing on June 25th, and a status conference was scheduled for July 1st. Right now, as far as we've heard, everything's on hold because of the competency stuff. Now, did she go there and maybe after a day got cured? We don't know. Justin did say he has reached out for clarification and is hoping to hear something tomorrow. So I'm going to keep an eye on that.
It was a miracle.
I'm healed.
I've been healed.
Oh, man. So we're going to start covering the Summer Wells case. We've had a lot of people reach out and asked that we start looking into this. And we've been crazy with the Murdaugh. We were told it's Murdaugh. Murdaugh.
Somebody said Murdaugh, and then somebody said Murdaugh. So
yeah,
tomato.
Right.
Yeah.
Potato. So we've kind of loosely seen this, but I started really researching this last night. Summer Wells, 5 years old. She's been missing now for 12 days out of Tennessee. And her parents are Donald and Candace Wells. So we really have not dove into rumor and speculation reading about this case. It's been enough just to kind of weed through and get the facts. So I don't really know a lot of what's being said out there that's sort of people putting two and two together. So this is very much kind of just what I've gathered. If there's something you guys think we need to know, please let us know. But I'm just going to say right out of the gate, and this may not be a very popular opinion, right now, I'm not super convinced these parents had anything to do with it. Mainly because the other kids are still living in the house. They haven't been taken out. And it doesn't seem like they found any evidence around that house that a crime took place.
Gotcha.
Now, we don't know for sure if in fact they did have something to do with it. I mean, it doesn't have to be that something happened there. There are some discrepancies in the timeline, but I don't know. I just kind of right now, according to the dad, the mom has passed a lie detector test, which is kind of a big thing. And I think if that were not true, law enforcement would have probably come out and said so.
You would think so, yeah.
So I don't know. It's just, it's almost like Orrin and Orson West, where it seems like this kid has vanished and there's no trace of her.
It's crazy.
It's very, very crazy. So we're just going to kind of look real quick at the latest developments, and then we'll kind of dive into what we know so far.
Yeah. So investigators want to talk to the driver of a 1998 to 2000 maroon Toyota Tacoma. That's a pickup truck from Hawkins County. Mm-hmm. The truck was seen in the area later in the afternoon to early evening on June 14th or 15th.
Yeah, and this kind of confused me because I don't know if it's that maybe the person that called in the tip wasn't sure which day it was, or if that truck was seen on both days. If it was seen on both days and it's kind of an odd truck in the area, because these houses are not, they're not one right after the, oh, you're yawning.
Dude.
Heard ya.
Dude, we got up early to watch the sunrise this morning.
You guys did. I did not.
Yeah. And yeah,
Oh, it was
I'm
like,
feeling it.
Taylor said you guys got up at 4 or 5.
4:30.
Because we went to bed at 2:30.
Yeah, so
Oh, yeah. Okay.
my old brain is fried.
But so we don't really know a whole lot. Now, law enforcement has said this person is not a suspect. They just could be a witness. Although I think if they put this out, that specific, because apparently the truck had ladders or buckets in the back.
So it sounds like a work truck.
Like a work truck, yeah. And an older model with that stuff in there, it seems like it shouldn't be super hard to find. But if the truck wasn't from the area, who knows? I'm interested to see if anything comes of that. I just don't think they would put that out unless they had some credibility to it.
Sure.
Then again, nothing's really been said. So maybe they're just trying anything they can. Who knows?
Yeah, it's just little things they have to, and little things can break a case.
Exactly. I mean, everybody, the general consensus that I found online was that everybody thought maybe this is a step in the right direction because there's been nothing. I mean, it's just like Orrin and Orson just disappeared from the house apparently, and no trace, no sense or found or anything like that.
Yeah, but didn't they announce today that they're scaling back their search operations?
They did, and that was kind of recent update that I saw. And the area that she is missing from is in the middle of Appalachia, so it's very dense woods. I mean, the terrain is terrible. The and the heat. I mean, you have to think it is hot in the South right now. It is super, super hot.
Yeah, it is hot. The humidity is crazy.
It's bad. And
I walk out and my hair goes poof.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that just are hindering them.
Yeah, and overhead searches in those top areas are hard because of trees. Like like from a helicopter standpoint.
Yeah, and one of the agencies that's helping with the search tweeted out a picture just from their eye view of what they're looking in. You can't see a foot in front of you. It's tedious. And
You got to have that thermal imaging to see anything.
Right. And I think, too, we're looking at, nearly 2 weeks now? 12 days.
Yeah.
I think, unfortunately, if there's a chance she did wander off, which the parents said she would not wander into those woods by herself, you're looking at 12 days out in the woods with animals and weather, dehydration, starvation. So hopefully it's not that. You hate to say that you hope somebody took her and that she's still alive. We were just talking about this. At any way you look at it now, this poor kid, if she's still alive, her life's going to be just changed forever.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just, I don't know. There's just no way if she wandered into the woods 12 days later, she's alive.
Yeah.
And it's so sad.
Oh, yeah. So a spokesperson from the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations says this case is outside the norm.
Mm-hmm.
Typically in an investigation like this one, we have and this is a quote from them, we have some idea of where the case is headed and what might have happened within a few days. In this situation, despite doing everything within our power and exploring all avenues, the circumstances leading to Summer's disappearance remain unclear.
Yeah. Like I said,
how do these kids just disappear?
I don't know. It's just, I keep waiting for an update for Orrin and Orson. And we always say it's like they disappeared into thin air. That doesn't happen. They're somewhere. It's just with that case, especially, I'm not hopeful at all that these boys are going to be found alive at this point.
Yeah.
And I'm almost feeling that way for poor Summer. It's just too long, 12 days.
But then you have those cases where somebody shows up 20 years later.
Well, you look at Elizabeth Smart and then Sean Hornbeck. Both of those guys were missing, guy and girl, were missing for a matter of years. And then they just reappeared.
Yeah.
So, you always hope that's the case. It's just statistically... that's a hard.
I'm gonna tell you, I always, when I go to Walmart, I look at all those posters they have of missing kids.
Yeah.
I always want to find somebody, be like, wait a minute, I know that person.
Yeah, you kind of want to be the one that solves the case.
Yeah.
It's so sad if you think about the number of kids in this country that are, and you don't always hear about them on the news, that are missing. I wouldn't have known about Orrin and Orson unless we were doing this podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
To me, it's like when there's a missing child and you literally don't know where they are, that should be filling our news up.
Yeah.
Instead of a lot of the stuff that's on there. So interestingly enough, and they do not think right now this is related, Summer's aunt, so Summer's mother had a sister, Rosemarie Bly. She has been missing since 2009 from Wisconsin. They just don't think that there, as of right now, that there's any kind of a correlation between the two. But
That's crazy.
It's just ironic that now you have currently two members of one family that have mysteriously disappeared.
Wow.
You can't talk about this case without talking about that. It's it's just ironic.
What makes you think is there, I don't want to say a serial whatever, but
right. You never know. That's the thing about true crime is you think of something, you think, oh no, there's no way.
Yeah.
And then unfortunately there is.
Yeah. Then you're like, wait, it could happen.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's talk about some of the numbers associated with this search. What we got?
So according to ABC, there's, what is that, 15 to 120
Oh, no, I'm sorry. ABC 15 is a local station.
Oh, I gotcha. I was like, 15 to 120, what? So 120 agencies have assisted in the search, 1,150 searchers out looking. There's been almost 1,400 hours logged in.
14,000.
14,000. What did I say, 1,400?
It's the math.
Y'all know we don't do math. So 14,000 hours logged in since June 15th. That's a lot of time.
That's a lot of time.
They've searched nearly 5 square miles, which is 3,000 acres, and they have gotten over 300 tips with no leads. That's a lot of acres.
That's a lot of time and effort and a lot of heart put into that. But like we said, they're scaling back because at this point you have to assume if she's in the woods, she's not alive. They talked about her. A lot was made by people where the parents had said, well, she was barefoot. And so we grew up in the South. We went barefoot all the time. So for me, that wasn't a big, who lets their kid go out barefoot? Southerners.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you run around everywhere. By the time the summer's over, your feet are so calloused you could walk across hot ashes and
exactly
not get burned. Yeah.
It's so true. Except for that time my brother stepped on a roofing nail, and then that kind of stopped his barefoot running. Yeah. So that's a lot of thing. And as of right now, authorities have said the family's cooperating. I
hate that we live in a world, and I mean, we've had these cases where the parents are guilty. I hate we live in a world where that's the first thing you go.
Yeah, because in a perfect world, the parents would be the last ones you look at, because your job as a parent is to take care of your kid. And social media, there are people out there who love situations like this. And it seems like to me, a lot of these people like to just spend their time online causing pain to people, because this family, everybody's going to speculate. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's going to speculate that they did it. Even if we sit here and say we're not, in the back of our minds, you wonder, because it's a knee-jerk reaction to what we see all the time.
Yeah.
But the amount of abuse that I've seen personally to this family on social media is ridiculous. I will throw the shade when law enforcement gives me a reason.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to sit back here in South Carolina in our little studio and pretend to know what law enforcement knows.
No.
So I always think that's kind of the downside sometimes. And I don't even want to say that's the true crime community. True crime community, I think, bands together and hopes that the parents don't do it. They're just our internet trolls. They did it with when Aiden Fucci killed the girl down in Florida when he stabbed her 114 times.
Yeah.
Her family was getting ridiculous comments made by people all over the country, and it added to their pain.
Yeah, I don't want to be a feeder of that.
No, and I don't want to ever say anything negative about these people, and find out they were grieving and scared and nervous, and and they didn't do something.
Yeah,
so,
and you contribute to more stress and more harm.
We still see it in the Vallow case.
Oh, yeah.
We see it all over. Every case we covered, there's certain family members that certain people don't like, and they spew their stuff. That's, to me, I don't know. I can't imagine being responsible for any parent that's looking for a child that is innocent, reading something I read and it make them feel bad.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to be that person either.
The internet's so powerful. I mean, it really can control thoughts and our moods, and I can't imagine going on. And, I've read a few negative comments about our podcast, and so I can't imagine them accusing me of being a horrible parent or something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So they haven't ruled out foul play, obviously. And on Friday of last week, the FBI sent their CARD deployment team to help in the search. That stands for Child Abduction Rapid Deployment Team. And so the CARD team, they have nearly a 90% success rate in identifying and apprehending child abductors if it is an abduction case.
That's a high percentage.
Yeah, these guys are all pretty much the best of the best when it comes to missing children. And they were founded in 2006, and they've worked over 100 cases, both domestically and abroad.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, I love it. We need more of these teams.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. Okay, so CARD is made up of 60 or more agents who are stationed at field offices around the country. And they assist in non-family abductions, ransom abductions, and mysterious child disappearances.
Wow.
So that's what they do, and they are there. And I think I did read they have a profiler there as well.
There used to be a show on about that. That was amazing. Well, it was Criminal Minds. That's what they were. They were FBI profilers.
Yeah.
And they would come in and there's really people like that.
Yeah.
They come in and can basically tell you what the killer looks like.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's almost like psychic abilities.
Oh, I know, right? Yeah. It's crazy.
So we were talking about there doesn't seem to be a timeline that's set in stone regarding her disappearance. And the reason I say that is because when I started researching this case, it was said that around 6:30, she was outside planting flowers with her mom and her grandma and went inside. Her brothers, I believe she has 3 brothers, they were watching YouTube. So she went downstairs to the basement where her toys were, and that's the last that she was seen. Now, on the dispatch call that I listened to earlier tonight, it was said that she hadn't been seen since early afternoon. So that, to me, kind of raised a little bit of flag. It could be just miscommunication. that dispatch didn't know for sure or whatever.
Yeah.
But people are talking about that.
Yeah.
So let's do the backstory because we just got current. So we're just kind of going in reverse order here. We're going to talk about what happened that day and kind of up to where we are.
Gotcha. So she was swimming with her mother earlier in the day, according to a TikTok video the mom posted.
Right. And the other thing, when her mom came in later, she called out to Summer and went down in the basement, but Summer wasn't there. Mom said the basement door was unlocked, and she thinks that's how she got out. There was a little discrepancy there as well because it was originally said she was planting flowers, and then another story was she had went for a walk, and when she came back, the daughter was missing. I have not found which one they believe to be accurate, nor do I think they've said.
I'm just gonna. So she's 5.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't leave my 5-year-old like that. And I'm not slamming the family. I'm just saying.
Right.
I want to have, like, I have a 3-year-old nephew, and I have eyes on him all the time.
Yeah, you have to. Even at 5, kids will do dumb things. So I always kept, I just want to make sure that my 3-year-old wasn't dunking the 1-year-old's head in the toilet. You gotta watch them. So they were having a lot of issues with cell phone and radio signals where they are. There's just not a lot of cell towers out there. So AT&T and Verizon brought out the boosters to help the search, but it's still spotty. So that, if you think about it, the terrain, the weather, the fact they can't talk to each other, the time that's passed, I kind of understand why they're scaling the search down in that area right now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's grueling work.
It is.
Because it's mountainous.
Right.
I mean, you're up and down. Look, I hike and it ain't no fun.
No, and with this is uncleared land, so you're dealing with snakes and all the creepy crawlies out there.
Yeah.
All those things I hate. They've asked people to check their trail cams for any sign of Summer, as well as any outbuildings or any kind of little nooks and crannies on their property that she might be able to hide in. And they've used drones and fixed wing helicopters in the search as well.
Yeah. So one weekend, authorities say they haven't ruled out an abduction, but they have no evidence to suggest that's what's happened.
Yeah, it's just a mystery. So
we know with that, you can't issue an Amber Alert.
But they did in this case.
Oh, did they?
They did. She is now an Amber Alert. So
how does that work when some do and some don't?
Well, I don't have the criteria right here. They have to be believed to be in imminent danger.
But it has to be like they have to have something to say, look for this.
Yeah, no, they issued the Amber Alert before they issued the thing to have the driver of this car speak to them. So they issued it for a reason. The father has said that he's afraid maybe she was kidnapped and sold into sex trafficking.
Yeah.
It's hard to know.
Yeah. I mean, you just don't.
You just don't know.
Evidence.
There's like 10 possibilities right now of what could be happening. None of them are good.
Oh, yeah.
Where were we?
They're staying very close. Well, you said that, right? They're staying close to home for the search.
Well, yeah. And up until today, which kind of made me think they thought she was close to there. They've been there for nearly 2 weeks. So I thought that was kind of their target area. They had maybe something to keep them there.
Yeah.
But if they're scaling down, I think that combined with what we said earlier about terrain and she's 5 and no way she's alive 2 weeks on her own out in the woods. But maybe this red car is what they're needing.
Oh yeah.
They're not gonna,
little thing.
They're not going to say,
case.
hey, we're looking for this red car. We think he's a suspect. You're not going to get him to come in that way.
Oh yeah, exactly.
We just think you're a witness.
Yeah, we just think you saw something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The community is awesome. They have really stepped up to take care of all these agencies they're looking for Summer. In fact, they've had so many donations of everything that they've asked people to refrain from sending more. They have more than
they
enough.
don't have anywhere to put it.
I love when communities come together like that. It's really sad. It has to be usually under these kind of circumstances. But,
yeah,
in a world today where we feel like, there's not a lot of connection and people just don't care anymore. And then you see a community come together for something like this. It reminds you that people are good at heart for the most part.
Yeah.
That rhymed. I could put that on a bumper sticker.
There you go. Do it. You can put on your wall over there.
My bumper sticker wall is getting full.
It is. It is. So at the initial news conference, she was last seen by her brothers at 6, is what they said.
Right. And then that dispatch, it was afternoon. So I don't know. I mean, it could be a mix up and that's just a very innocent mistake, but that otherwise that's a gap of when you would have not seen a kid or when you were told.
Yeah.
2 different things.
Yeah.
It seems to me like they would have really questioned those 3 brothers that were there very delicately because kids don't lie. And these child investigators know how to get these kids to open up. So
Yeah.
I would feel sure the house has been checked. The car has been checked. Cadaver dogs aren't hitting on anything. And if the kids have, nothing odd to say, it seems to me like they're not focusing on this family right now.
Exactly. So the mom comes inside and realizes she's gone. She calls Summer's father, who was on a job site, and he told her to call the neighbors.
Yeah. And law enforcement has still said that at this point, everybody is a suspect. And that's just because they don't have any clarification to narrow anything down.
Yeah. Yep. So wouldn't you think that law enforcement has questioned the boys?
I think so. You have to, because they were the ones that were with her that day. Yeah. And that's why I think maybe the story added up, because it's been 12 days. The boys have not been removed.
Yeah.
They could find a reason to remove those boys if you just look at the property. It's filthy. It's gross. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just, and I'm not dissing. I mean, people in Appalachia live in poverty.
Yeah.
It looks like a very, very low income home. And I just feel like if they can't clean that property up like they should, there's no way there would have been a crime scene there
Yeah.
that got
Yeah.
cleaned up. I'm sorry.
Yep. And you would think the dogs would have hit on something.
Yeah, I don't think they hit on anything at all.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, we're talking about questioning the boys. And, but yeah, we talked about it. Elizabeth Smart, Sean Hornbeck, those guys that came to one day just
Yeah.
reappeared.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Smart's done a lot of really great things. She, has a show on A&E right now about her abduction and tells from her side. And I would love to watch that. Just the psychology of being kidnapped.
Yeah.
And, so we're going to follow this one too. I'm invested. Don't know everything about it. Don't claim to know everything about it. This is very basic for us, but we did want to go ahead and get this one out tonight. Just a big question mark right now.
Yep.
Kind of think that red truck's important though.
Oh, yeah.
That's
it sounds right now it's one of the biggest things.
That's the only thing. I mean, that's the
Yeah.
only lead they put out as far as I know. So hopefully, cross our fingers, she's still out there and she's alive. And, I hope the family's finding some peace. I think mom needs to stay off social media. The dad was talking today about how she can't not look because it's all about her baby, but then she reads and 3/4 of the comments are slamming her.
Yeah, it's tough.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, I think people have combed social media and seen posts that, want to
Yeah.
call her a bad mom and all that. And that's all relative. But,
Yeah.
so anyways, we're going to follow this one all day tomorrow. Murdaugh case. We're still waiting on some more news for that. I think we are going to be getting the report when Stephen Smith died. So we're going to comb through all that and see what they said. I don't think there's anything coming up with Vallow this week.
Nope. Don't think so.
It's just July.
Yeah.
See. Yeah, the trial. No, he doesn't have anything.
Nope.
November 8th through the December 17th is that he does have some kind of a status conference, I believe, in September.
Yeah.
So, so that's kind of where we are. We just wanted to go ahead and start this case. And when we start a new case, we try to just do one episode mainly on that, just to give people a starting point if they come in later. And so we got all these cases now.
Oh, yeah.
I got all these alerts on my phone.
Yeah, so keep an eye out for the memes contest thing tomorrow.
Yes, we're going to start a memes contest. I'm going to make the first post, and you going to hit me with your best one because I'm a meme girl.
Yeah, and we will get the video out of us doing the prison food cooking. It was kind of cool.
Well, yeah, we just got to edit it.
Yeah, we got to edit it because, some of it needs editing.
Oh, yeah, it sure does.
Yep.
Yeah, so, and one last thing, we're going to have a sponsor.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yes, we are going to have our very first sponsor for this podcast. We're going to tell you all about it on our next episode.
Yeah.
We met her up in Hendersonville. Why am I stumping on Hendersonville today?
I don't know.
So she has an amazing t-shirt quilt business. Cannot wait to get one. I have always wanted one.
Me too.
I'm so excited because I have so many t-shirts in there.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm thinking of my most special shirts that my 40s have prevented me from wearing because I got a little flab in the middle. And some sentimental ones. I got some golf shirts my grandpa. So we're just going to make it like the warmest memories, keeping me warm.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so we have our first sponsor. So on our next episode, we will start doing just a spoken ad. And Too Cool t-shirt quilts. She does amazing work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she was showing us some of her work, and t-shirt quilts are amazing because you'll never wear them again, but like you don't want to get rid of them.
Oh yeah.
I think it's perfect. It's perfect for somebody like me, especially.
I've got mine in a container.
Oh no. I mean, if I can get rid of some of these t-shirts, I will have half my closet back, and it's walk-in. It's t-shirt
right?
and shoes.
Exactly.
So that's kind of all we had. And we'll keep an eye on all this. If you guys have any fun ideas you want to do, shoot them to us. We're going to do another live maybe next weekend if we can pull that off. So we think it's time for another live. We'll just have fun. And yeah, so we got some good stuff coming up from the summer. We're going to mix it up a bit, get some video going, much funner, maybe try to do call-ins. We're just going to see where it takes us.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
We're just going to keep moving forward.
Yep.
We appreciate all you guys. Y'all are the best. Every comment that we see, just awesome.
Yep.
Well, we had those too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's hard to please everybody. And that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's all right.
There's certain things that I've listened to that I'm like, it's not my cup of tea.
I get it.
Yeah.
But for those of you that like us and stay with us,
we love you.
We love you. Yep. Well, you guys have a good Monday, and we will be back at some point this week and see what we have for you.
All right. Good night.
Have a good night.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.